I wandered lonely as a cloud. Well, I was lonely because I had a bath that day, so I was smelling a bit. It was nothing to do with the daffodils. If you want a golden host of daffodils, well, make sure you get and download this project. Fantastic, I love it. I just love daffodils that time of year. It's fantastic. They're so fresh. They really welcome the spring and make the whole new summer. When you see your daffodils out, do you know as well, a little bit of a fact, if the daffodils are out in Brighton, it takes 6 weeks before they start opening up in Shetland. 6 weeks. Apparently it travels about something like 6 miles an hour. 6 miles an hour, faster than I can walk. So daffodils are quicker than me. That's easy to think through, isn't it? Anyway, listen, on this one, we're doing this project. If you want to make this exact project, this is what you're going to get. First of all, you've got that pattern there. Now you need to print this one out twice, and you've got these lovely, like a great big bunch of daffodils. I just love it when you get them like that. Then you've also got these options as well, that if you want, you've got all the different flowers that you can layer up, etc., etc. Then you also get the ones with the extra, with the leaves on as well, so you can get those too in this set. So what have we done? Right, what I've done here, let me just bring I've printed it out twice, and I've printed out one of the extras as well. So what I've done, I've printed this onto almost, it's like a watercolour paper, and you can see that it's come out nice and pale, so it looks a bit like a watercolour. Now on the design, as you can see, you've got 2 little tags. I've put 2 tags on because you can decide whether to cut 1 off, cut 2 off, or use them both, or just use one. For this particular project, we're just going to use one of the tags. So I've got the tag, I've already cut the main thing out, the main section of the daffodils there. And now I'm just going to crease down one side, crease it down there. I'm just going to go across the edge there, put my embossing tool and make sure that creases over. On that side as well, I'm also going to put a little bit of double-sided tape. So I'm just going to take a little bit off there. Now you could just use ordinary glue if you want to, but on this one I think I want it to make sure it really sticks. And let's pull that over ready, so when I start assembling, it's all going to work out quite well. Oh, here we go again. Me and this blooming tape, we're going to have words, I can tell you that. That's pulled over ready. Now, see, there's my one piece. Now, I'm not going to use this side. I'm only going to use one flap because I'm going to use 4 together and stick them all together. So that one is surplus to my requirements, so I'm just cutting that off and I'll just throw that away. So there's my first one. So I've got 1, I've got 2, I've got 3, and I've got 4. They're all the same, those. Now I'm going to create like a long line of daffodils, or you can make a box, you can do all sorts. Anyway, shall we assemble it? I think we shall. Now, listen, I'm going to try and get everything. Do you mind if I just turn it round so I can get it accurate? I'm sure you won't mind that, because so I really need to see. I need to do one thing in a demonstration that goes right. So I'm peeling off there, peeling off my back, and I'm going to line this up precisely over where the crease is, and that sticks down like that. So that will then bend, and you see you create that effect. So if you want, so there you go, there is, I'm giving you lots of options here now. There is your first card. So if you want to make a card, you can have it like that. You could put a piece of yellow card on the back, and if you want a card, there's an option. So you've just got 2. So there's a card for you, simple and easy. It's a really beautiful card, but we want to make a bigger one than that. So I'm taking my next piece off here, as you can see, and I'm going to stick another one on there like that. And just line that up. Oh, I'm doing it back to front. Aren't I brave? And that just sticks down there like that, and then fold it over, and then you've got a 3-sided one. So you've got that there like that. So you can zigzag it if you want. You can fold it like that if you want and zigzag it. So you've got that option of creating that. Let's have a look. What's that look like in full shot range? Now listen, technology, it's a green screen, lots of green in it, so it's kind of fading out a little bit. But if you look here at a close-up, you can see how that's working now. Oops, well it would do if it stuck down. Go on, stick down for Daddy. There you go. Now, you see what's happening here? It's creating a little box, isn't it? So if I did the other side as well, I'm going to stick one more on here, and that's going to go there like that. Now, if I was just going to have a 4-sided card that opened up, I'd cut this end off as well. But look at that. Isn't that fantastic? You could have that, and then that could fold over like that. So now you've got a card that folds. When I get it folded, there you go, look at that. Isn't that fantastic? You've got a beauty. I mean, look at that. Wouldn't somebody just love to get that? And they could make this as long. You could make it the whole length of the windowsill or the top of the fireplace or the cupboard. So you can make these as long as you like. Sorry about this. Can you see the fading? But you can see you can just fold them up like that. Oh, where are you going? So you can see you can just fold them up like that and do what you like. But I thought it'd be quite nice. You could use this as a box now, couldn't you? You could just stick it onto a piece of card. But if I bent that piece over there and then took the edge off and then just line that up, get that as accurate as possible and stick it down. Look, I've got the perfect container to put my Easter eggs in. Or you could slip that over a vase and you could have real daffodils coming over it. Or, I'll tell you what would be really good, make these for going up, stand your plant pots in. So you could have a plant pot full of crocus and you could have this going round it. Okay, it's only in card, but listen, you could also just cut a square, make a square slightly bigger, and then some flaps, and you could put a base on it too. Hey, that would be really good. Hey, and I'll tell you what you could do a line across each of the edges here, and then these would, let's see if this works. I love it when we kind of make things together. Well, it's not quite working, but my idea is that maybe you can fold it over so it's like that and creates a box effect. I'm sure there's a way of doing it, but you're the crafters, you can have fun doing it. But anyway, you can see there we've created a box, and then also you can fold that flat, or it could be a card. So there's lots of different ways of using this template. So you've got you can have it on the 4 together, 3 together, 2 together, 22 together. You do the okie dokie and you turn around. You could even, come back to me, that's a boring shot, make a little hat. You could make a little hat, couldn't you? Maybe a bigger one. Or you could make cuffs. Say you're going to a party and you want to have Easter cuffs. I've got my Easter decoration. Wear an Easter bonnet, you could make a whole thing. Am I getting a bit silly now? But you could make cuffs, you could make a collar. You could do anything, but you've got the downloads to do as many things as you want. So if you want to make something like that, plus, if you want, you've got all the little extra pieces that you can go over the top. So I'm just going to decoupage this up a little bit. I've got 1 or 2 of these little leaves here that build up, and I'm going to put them all the way around. So not only have you got, you can decoupage them too. I've got some extra little daffodils here, and all I've done is cut them up and put some double-sided pads on the back. So that's going to fit in there. That one may go over there. And you can build up this as much as you like. So not only have you got loads and loads of daffodils, but because you've got all those extra ones, you can really make each side slightly different. And you can see I'm just adding these onto it like that. And a couple more there, and maybe one down there that's fallen. But you see already, instead of every one looking the same, I'm making every one of those look a little bit different by adding different daffodils on there. Now, if you wanted, you could print this onto pale yellow card as well. So you could make boxes, that'd be great, as I said, to make a box. You can make a hat, you can make cuffs, you can make cards, you can make all sorts of different things. So you can make a beautiful card like that and just layer it up. But because you've got the ones with the flaps on, you can create whatever you want. I've created like a box there. Or can you imagine getting a nice chocolate Easter egg and just fitting that in there? Wouldn't that look really flash? Be great. Or on the table at Easter, and you could make a bigger one with bread rolls in or something like that. All sorts of ways of using it. So if you want to make something just like that, all you've got to do is download the templates. A couple of examples here of the templates that you can download. But don't forget, there's loads and loads of other downloads with the daffodils in. So go and have a look at those as well. You've got the card making ones, you've got the decoupage. So if you love daffodils, we've got a golden host of them. Just download them, print them, and make whatever you like.